So, this isn't a Let's Play, not officially. This is not even really supposed to be a video. I just want to do a little bit of rambling, kind of like I did with my Cult of the Lamb video. I'm going to start a new game, because it's been about 6 years since I played this. My name for this character is going to be Humble. For my old character, it was just my real name. But I want it to be my YouTube name. I'm also going to call it Humble Farm. Favourite thing? I think I want it to be something like genuinely sweet. Like say love or friendship or something like that. So how about we go for friendship? There are a lot of different kinds of farms that have been added to the game since I originally played. I'm just going to stick with the standard. I think all of these will have their various like ups and downs, but I just want to stick with what I'm familiar with. I have literally not played this game in 6 years, and like a bunch of stuff got added since then, and I never even did everything that was doable in the game back when I did play it. So yeah, I wanted to just talk a little bit about what's kind of been going on this year, because things have been like really chill. Or I suppose actually, I don't know if I'd call it chill. Life's been really weird this year, depending on your definition of weird. Everything's been really like quick. It's happened really quickly. I don't know. Do I even have the right words to explain myself? Basically, when this year started, I had this mission in mind of what I kind of wanted to do with this year. I hadn't really for years before, but this year just kind of was different because of things that happened last year. So I started this year thinking, okay, I want to like get out more, develop like a bit of a social life, get some skills, like find some work. And I did all those things. Like literally, like the reason I have not been around much for months and months is because I've been working, I have been hanging out with friends, I have been just busy like most of the time. Any free time that I have, I just haven't felt like recording videos. I've just been, well, playing games without recording. Like I spent months playing through Tears of the Kingdom. I just finished it recently and it was okay, but it was just one of many things that I did over the course of the last several months, in lieu of like actually recording any videos. I mean, I did the Balatro one. I wasn't particularly proud of the Balatro one, I'll be completely honest. I was actually a little bit disappointed by it. So yeah, so I mean, I have played stuff, but obviously not on video. To be honest, like I stopped tracking what I was doing and just started doing things. So I'm trying to remember like what games I have played this year. I played Cult of the Lamb, but that was, you know, I only know that because I actually recorded a little bit of that on video, so that one's kind of obvious. But there's a bunch of other stuff that I did. I wish I'd written down a list. I've always been terrible at this, like catching everyone up on what I've been up to, but I don't know, I just wanted people to know the main point, really. Like I've been working and hanging out with friends. Like, let me talk about my friends, actually. So basically, first and foremost, right, there's a group of people who I hang out with every week, right? I met them last year in October, and we basically play tabletop stuff together. I just want to talk about this story, actually, so I'm just gonna tell you it from the beginning. So basically, yeah, I met them in October, right? And it was a tabletop group, so they were playing tabletop stuff, and I basically went on a whim. It was completely and utterly random, and not something that I'd really planned for in the weeks or months prior. It just kind of came upon me, and I was like, you know what? I kind of want to like go find a group of people to hang out with and just like play games. And I just met this really cool little group of people that was already established for about a year. Some of them had known each other a little longer, but they were really cool people. And we ended up playing a lot of Binding of Isaac 4 Souls, which is a tabletop card game. And we ended up playing more stuff than that. We played Stardew Valley, the board game, which is very convenient to talk about given what I'm playing right now. We also played a game called Wormspan, which was about dragons. I found that to be very cool because I do love dragons. And then, what else? We played Wormspan, Stardew Valley, Binding of Isaac, and oh yeah, we played a couple of smaller, like shorter games, you know, like really quick, easy ones. Nimmt, I think one was called, and the other one was Muffin Time, which is the Tomska card game. So we haven't played those in ages, to be fair, actually. But I wanted to tell this story about how when I met these guys originally, like in sort of October, November time, I started mentioning to them how I had a copy of Tears of the Kingdom that my brother had bought me for, well, basically just as a gift, essentially, back when the game came out in 2023. And I had the game for, well, since its release, and just hadn't played it. And this was late last year, so it had been a year and a half, or over a year and a half since the game had come out. It had been long since everybody had sort of beat it and had their chance to really, like, do anything with it. But I had managed to avoid spoilers on it, and basically was just procrastinating when actually starting it. And we just developed this inside joke in the group where it was like, have you played Tears of the Kingdom yet? And months went by, and I think it was I was at Mark's house. I haven't even said their names. I haven't even mentioned their fucking names. So one of them's called Mark. Another one's called Marco. Oh shit! Oh fuck! I'm tired. Oh yeah, I forgot about energy in this game. I've got to keep a note of that. I might as well sleep. There's no point in me staying awake once I'm tired. So yeah, anyway, so their names are, the main guys are Mark and Marco. Marco's the guy who owns all the games that we play, and Mark is just one of the other guys, but he's really, really cool. We have another guy who many times has brought his PS5 because he likes playing fighting games like Tekken and stuff. So his name's Brad. And then we have a few others that sometimes show up: Connor, Brendan, Tia. So there's like a bunch of different people that show up, and some of them more than others. But Mark and Marco are the main guys, and they're the ones who I sort of had most of the joke with about Tears of the Kingdom, although Brad was in on it a bit too. And for months we had that little joke. It was like 5 months up until about March, and I was at Mark's house. So it's getting back to the original point. I was at Mark's house in March, and we'd been playing a game for about an hour, and we'd finished it really quickly, and we were just sort of sitting there chatting, and then we brought up the Tears of the Kingdom thing again, and I was like, do you guys want me to just like play it? Right, because I had it on me, and I was just like, I could just put it on right now, and we could just start the game, and you can watch me like play the tutorial or whatever, right? Because I hadn't actually played it, and they were like, yeah, sure. So I stuck it on, and I've sat there and played like the first 45 minutes of the game, although I shouldn't say played, because like the first 20 minutes is mostly cutscene, but I sat there with them and like started the game, and I got to essentially the first shrine on the Great Island before stopping, because it had been 45 minutes and, you know, we wanted to go back to playing something else. But then like I went on to play the game for oh, it's going to rain all day tomorrow. That's good. I won't have to water the plants. I went on to play for about 10 hours. This is just also like establishing how my playthrough of Tears of the Kingdom went as well a little bit for you. But basically, I played for about 10 hours, and I eventually got to Zora's Domain. I was going through the Zora's Domain story because, you know, that was the first thing I did in the first game. And I got to the point where you have to fight the sludge like, and I just didn't understand how to fight it. I just didn't know enough. And I stopped playing for, I think it was 3 months. I'm not going to talk about what I played during that time, during that 3-month period, because I actually can't fucking remember for the life of me, but or not at the moment anyway, and it's not important. But I went on to take a break from it for 3 months, and the guys kept mentioning it to me, and I went to I was at Marco's about 2.5 months ago. Just got back from a fishing trip. You should come down to the beach sometime. Oh yeah, he's going to teach us about fishing. You know, I'll do that. I've watered my plants and I've cleared up a bit, so I'll do that. So I went to Marco's 2.5 months ago, and it's come up again that I've, you know, procrastinated on playing it for ages because of the issue I ran into. And Mark has turned around to me and said, "Give me your console a second, and like I'll you know, show me where you are, like where you're at. And he saw that I was at, you know, Zora's Domain right before the like fight. I told him the issues I was having, and he basically just gave me a little bit of friendly advice and tips, and then let me on my way. I went home that night and I beat the like, and then I just carried on playing, and I spent the last 2.5 months continuing to play through, and ended up, I think my final playtime is 160 hours. And I finally got to the end last week, and got to, I did all the light shrines, and I did all of the light routes in the depths. I did, like, the whole main story and everything, all of the champions and stuff. I got to the sort of last few shrines I needed to do, and wanted to just kind of finish them off, and then thought to myself, like, once I finished the final boss, I just kind of want it to be the end. The problem I had with Tears of the Kingdom, and this is veering off into a different topic a little, like specifically about the game, I had a problem with it, was that it felt more like a checklist to me than the first game did. I felt like the whole time I was playing it, I was just checking off things from a checkbox, and it really got, like, annoying. By the time I got to finish all the light shrines and stuff, I was just like, yeah, you know what, fuck the side quests, fuck everything else that can be done in this game. Like, I've done the main game, I've got all the stamina wheel and the hearts and everything, like, I've played around enough with it, I'm happy enough, I can just finish it here. So I was just like, alright. So I decided that, you know, I'd play the final boss with the guys, because they watched me start the game, and I thought they should watch me finish the game. And it was last weekend that I went to Marco's again, and I sat and we spent over an hour. It took an hour to finish the game. I was basically, I'd already pre-prepared, and I just had to go down in the depths and do that whole process of getting to the final boss and beating it. It took about an hour to get to the end and watch the credits. And it was a really nice experience. It was really, really fun. It was a bit of a closing. It was a book close on that whole, like, thing that we'd had since I met them, with me procrastinating on playing Zelda since it had released, and then procrastinating again when I, like, played it for a little bit and then stopped. And yeah, so it felt nice to put a closer on that. So that's just one thing that's happened this year, like, related to video games anyway. And it was really, really nice. Like, the guys were really great about it. Alright, I've got to do fishing now. Fantastic. We love fishing. Okay. There we go. Got something. I wonder what it is. Oh, shit. Okay, right. I got the chest. Now I just need the fish. Give me fish. 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 Oh, that's another joke. That's another joke between me and Mark in when we were playing Stardew Valley. Yeah, so when we first played Stardew Valley, we started a joke which we continue to quote now and then, which is when we say fish, we say fish. And also when the Minecraft movie came out, we actually was the Minecraft movie was this year, wasn't it? So we couldn't stop saying we yearn for the mines whenever we had to go to the mine section in Stardew Valley, because there is a mine part of the board game. So many things. We have so many little jokes between us. 37 gold. That's an odd number. Why? Why would you give me an odd number? Now my ADHD is acting up. God damn you. Come on, fish. Come on, fish. Come on, fish. Come on, fish. I'm definitely naming animals in this playthrough after my friends, for sure. I've only spoken about, like, that group of friends anyway. That's not the only, like, well, I mean, the other person I'm friends with is not in that group, but he's just one other guy, not another group. So, but yeah, oh god, was there anything else I wanted to say about those guys? Honestly, I don't really think there's anything else to say about them. Like, they're just a really cool group of dudes, and I've really, like, enjoyed getting to know them and becoming friends with them. It's nice to actually have a group of people to just hang out with and just chat with about video games, and, like, I mean, one of them's obsessed with anime. The other one likes fantasy. So I've spoken to him a lot about like fantasy stuff over the months, especially Lord of the Rings, because I was reading it. I actually just finished reading Lord of the Rings this week. So I've officially read all of the Lord of the Rings books now, and I'm going to start reading the extended Legendarium. So again, I got to repeat the point. I have been doing a lot this year. A lot. Like, consider this just a massive update, essentially, this whole video. Because it's just me talking about all the things I've actually managed to do with my year so far, which is far more than I've done with any previous year in terms of what I've actually been doing. Feels good, though. Feels good, man. You've got some new ideas to sleep on. Oh, I must have upgraded my fishing already. Oh my god. So, in terms of the other person who I made friends with, as basically, this wasn't at work. I just randomly decided to go to another meetup. And it's like the first time I've been to a meetup in forever. Hold on, no, don't do that. And it was his first time like going to like a meetup as well. And we just so happened to like go to this meetup, like, you know, first time for both of us at the same time. And it ended up like being a really positive thing for both of us, because we both like ended up just really getting along. We like exchanged numbers and socials, and we've been chatting ever since, almost every day. And we were trying really hard for months after that to meet up. Oh shit, right, I don't have space for anything else. Motherfucker just walked past it. That is really kind of funny, actually. The man, his walking path, his predetermined path went over where that item spawned, so it just broke the item so he could get past. That's crazy work, game. That's crazy work. Oh, do you know what I could do with the money I got? I could buy more seeds. It's only the second day of spring. I could definitely afford more seeds and like gain more beans. Let me sell. Oh, what's that bag? Hold on. What is that? What did I get? Carrot seeds. Hey yo, carrots. Right, there we go. Just gonna make a space for the carrots. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Got some carrots on day 2. That's not bad. So the other guy, yeah. So fucking god, I'm like losing track of what I'm talking about. So yeah, so I went to a meetup in March and I met him, and we ended up like kicking it off and chatting a lot, and we spent months trying to get together again. And then earlier this month, August, we finally managed to meet up again. We went to Waterloo Station and just hung out for a few hours. It was really fun. And then after that, we were trying to make it happen again, and we managed to meet up this week. We were going to meet up at London Bridge Station yesterday, but what ended up happening was he called me at 8 in the morning and said, do you want to go to the British Museum? Because when we had met in the past, he'd said, like, I kind of want to go to the museum with you, and I owe you a cup of tea. So we met up instead at Euston, went to some random cafe and had a cup of tea. Got me a cup of tea to make up for a tea I'd bought him. And then we went to the British Museum for a couple hours and spent some time there for the afternoon. So we had a really active afternoon. It was really fun. But that's Toby. He actually, I've mentioned him before, because I believe I mentioned him in the... oh yeah, the Hell Pie. Yeah, the Hell Pie videos. So yeah, I've mentioned him. He is a very, very cool dude. Very, very cool to hang out with. Genuinely just a nice guy. Really fun. I honestly, like, it's so bizarre to have actual stories to talk about in terms of like things I've been doing and people I've been hanging out with, and how my life has rapidly changed this year. Because of all the people that I've met and all the things that I'm now able to do. I mean, next week I'm going to go see my brother, visit my niece and nephew. So I'm just like, just busy, constantly, which is nice. Oh, I'll get to level up too, won't I? Yeah, level up fishing. Even foraging got leveled up. Awesome. I'm no good at telling stories like Nintendo Capri Sun, you know, like, I still admire Nintendo Capri Sun. I've got a lot of respect for him, obviously, No fucking shit, Sherlock. But I haven't really watched his stuff in a long time. I'll occasionally watch something of his, but as it stands, like, I'm busy and I've got like a bunch of other stuff I like to watch. Oh, a fucking geode. God, there is a lot. Forgot how much stuff there is to mine. First we mine, then we craft. Let's Minecraft. Jesus, that movie is going to live in infamy forever. It is such a terrible fucking film in so many ways, and yet it will live forever. If only because of the incredible meme potential. I wonder what else did I play in amongst like Tears of the Kingdom? I mean, functionally, I didn't actually play that much. I've just been sold a 3DS very recently by Mark, one of these friends of mine now. The way I said that, one of these friends of mine. Yeah, he sold me his 3DS. It's just an old 3DS. It's not a new 3DS or an XL. But I always wanted a handheld, and they're so easily homebrewed. I homebrewed the 3DS within like a couple of days, and I put a bunch of stuff on it, and I started playing it. It only had one major issue, which was that the charge port wouldn't charge directly by cable, but that was easily fixed by buying a new port and just unsoldering the old one and soldering a new one on. I bought a new port, and Marco's dad soldered it for me. So, you know, like, because his dad knows how to do that, part of his profession. But yeah, so, you know, I have gotten some nice gifts, and I've gotten very lucky. I really have, actually. I feel like I've gotten really, really lucky because I've made some good friends. I've gotten to do some good stuff. I've learned a lot, grown a lot. Still got a lot of growing left to do, I think. Still lots and lots of stuff that I haven't done that I want to do. But at the moment, you know, I think even with all the other issues I'm not going to talk about, things are going well, which is nice. Just to give an idea of what I'm doing right now, I'm just trying to make a path, like straight down. What's the most I've got at the moment? Stone or it's wood? Okay, so we could make a wooden path. There we go. Okay. I've made a bit of a wooden path, like, amongst the brush here. So, eventually what I'll do is I'll lead the wooden path all the way down here, and I'll double it up too, because it's good to double it up. I think that's going to have to be it for today then. I don't actually have any more energy to do anything. I'm just going to have to sleep. Living off the land. Welcome to Living off the Land. This one's for living in Stardew Valley. Check for spring onion southwest of town where the river meets the ocean. You can sometimes find a whole bunch growing right out of the dirt. I'll tell you something else I did a couple of weeks ago. I went to see the new Naked Gun film with my dad and my nan. My nan basically bought us tickets to go see it. It was okay. When the movie came out at the beginning of August, before it even came out, I decided to actually watch the original films because I was curious about them, and I'd never actually watched them, and they were really funny. In comparison, the new one's alright. It's not. It's fine. Like, I don't have any one or two ways about it. Sometimes I feel like I'm losing my mind, but then I realise, actually, I think everyone's lost their mind. I think we've all ended up in some parallel dimension where everything's kind of crazy and you just have to kind of go with the flow. I have no idea what the fuck I'll even do with this, like in terms of editing, but just so I can be clear, I've been filming for almost an hour. Let's make another 20 wooden path. There we go. Perfect. Doubled up path at the end. We have a full path now, going all the way up, through the brush, and not quite reaching the top of my farm yet, but that's fine. I do have enough to do that, if I really want to. Can bring it all the way up to the top. I mean, is there anything else I can even really say in terms of updates? I mean, as rambly as my fucking commentary can be sometimes, the only point I was trying to get across today was that, like, I'm in a better place in my life now than I was when the year started. I've got friends, a social life, work. I'm just busy now, and it's nice. And I do still play games. I just don't record as much. I will say this much for anyone who got this far. I recorded the first... I'm going to say like that first 10 hours I played of Breath of the Wild before I actually stopped playing. I filmed that with a camera pointing at the TV, and I uploaded it to my secondary channel. So if I remember to, I'll put a link to that. There's a playlist on that secondary channel. It's unlisted. Oh no, the playlist is public. All the videos on there are public. The Zelda videos anyway are public, so I'll link that in the description, and if you want to look at that, you can. That's just leading up to when I was doing the sludge like on Breath of the Wild and got agitated with it and then stopped for the few months I stopped. When I came back to the game, I just didn't bother recording anymore, but up until that point I'd recorded. It was about 34 parts of anything between 10 minutes and 30 minutes, so if you want to see me playing a bit of Tears of the Kingdom the same way I'd recorded myself playing like the first several hours of Breath of the Wild, then that's there. There's a lot of stuff I still want to do. I know about Plants vs Zombies getting a remake, obviously, and that's going to be on PS4 too, so I could technically play through Plants vs Zombies again. Since I record on my PS4 usually, I can actually like start a new game and try and get to where I was. I have a save file on the PC to do that, but I don't know. I might live stream it. I might literally just live stream a full new playthrough of Plants vs Zombies just so that I can have me playing it in the modern like 2025. But that's in October, so that's a while off. Oh well, a short while off anyway. And it's day 4 too, which I think means the first set of beans should be grown, or at least something should be grown out of all the stuff that motherfucker stole my beans. Boy done ate my beans. God damn. Boy, they're not even fully grown. Motherfucker ate my beans and they're not even fully grown. Oh, everything else is grown though, all the parsnips and stuff. Damn, that sucks. That means I've got to fucking plant another bean now. And it's going to be like off kilter with every other bean. Because these 4 beans are growing first. These beans are growing second. Ugh, that sucks. Alright, yeah. Running up quickly to an hour now. So it will cut the clip at an hour. I hope it was a nice little update, I guess. And if you want to see more Stardew Valley, I mean, I don't know why I even bother asking this. Probably the only person who's going to watch this or listen to this is old one, the great old one. Always appreciated because he seems to just stick around and watch my stuff, which is great. And he comments occasionally. I had a fucking comment on my part 2 of my Hellpie video about a week ago, from a channel which I checked and it has like 1.5 million subscribers and genuinely has like actual content, and I'm just like, how's this person found my random tiny channel and commented, and they have like 1.5 million subscribers? Like, I replied with like, dude, thanks, like, because he said it was great, he liked the video. I was just like, okay, cool. It's nice when a big YouTuber like fucking comments on a tiny ass YouTuber's channel. Alright, anyway, I'm done. That's it. It's over. It's over. Go home. See you guys in whatever I do next. Whatever that might happen to be. Bye!